From the first grading, we were into Southeast Asian arts. For the second grading, we discussed on East Asian arts. And now for the third grading, we move to the South, West, and Central Asian art. It is evident that cultures of nations are very much comparable with each other, especially that these nations are close with each other. And because our ancestors are nomads, meaning they transfer from one place to another and do not have permanent homes, their culture also travels with them. And once they know of one culture from another place, they bring it with them again in their travel to other places. In short, these cultures that they have are combinations of cultures they gathered from moving around. In this video, we will be seeing their arts as part of their culture and also how they incorporate nature, function, and appreciation in their works of art. After going through this module, you are expected to identify the characteristics of arts and crafts found in South, West, and Central part of Asia. Analyze art elements like color, line, shape, and principles like texture, proportion, emphasis, and harmony in the production of arts and crafts. Understand how art plays a significant role in the daily life and activities of people. Describe the unique lines, forms, shapes, and colors found in their folk arts, and identify contributions made by the named countries in the field of arts like architecture, painting, and folk arts. Let's now experience the arts and crafts of Central and West Asia. If you will look at the map, the countries that we will be discussing today is part of Asia, but is also close to other European nations. It is why the arts and crafts that we would be seeing is a combination of these two continents' culture and tradition. We will also see that creating textiles is one of the most important art of this region and dominates the trade between Europe and Asia. But also, Islamic metalworks is also recognized, focusing on Christian subject matters because we know that most of these European countries are Catholics, even though most Mediterranean countries are Islamic. This is so because the creators of these metalworks would want to be able to sell their products to their neighboring countries. Ceramics is also one of the most important trade, particularly ones created in Turkey. These are some of their arts and crafts. Now, let's give more focus on the arts and crafts of Central Asia. As I've said over and over again about cultures of nations, these are the final output of the combination of different cultures that they find in their neighboring countries. For art is an imitation of life. What they see, they copy, but they add more into it to make it their own. And being in the central part of Asia, where cultures, traditions, and even religions vary, it will show us the very rich multicultural influence society of these nations. These artworks and crafts went around creating ceramics, metalworks, jewelry, and artifacts made of wood, glass, and bone. Even fabric making and sculptures are part of their art as well as their culture. Talking about religion, most countries in this area creates adapted art with the religion mainly of Hinduism and Buddhism, which is found inside their temples and even their homes. These are some of the examples of their arts. Now, we go to these hard to pronounce names of countries and start with Uzbekistan. Uzbeks are known for making printed cloth. They put their creativity in producing arts that is both astonishing and useful to them, from printed tablecloths to curtains, bedspreads, shawls, and various coverlets, because it is always cold in their part of the world. But also, Uzbekistan ceramic is also one of the famous applied art that Uzbeks adopted from Kazakhstan. And these are decorated using nomadic patterns and designs. Kazakhstan. Nomads are people with no permanent residencies, and because they travel from one place to another, their art, culture, and tradition travel with them as well. These nomads used to draw on rocks which is found throughout Kazakhstan. Also, their art resembles what they see around them. It is why their art varies in style, direction, and genre. Tajikistan. The Tajiks are known for creating fabrics, utensils, musical instruments, carpets, furnitures, jewelries, and many other things. These creations are based on raw materials available to them, but carving is what makes them different from their other neighboring countries. It is found in almost all of Tajikistan, from their monuments to their household structures and even the items they use for their daily lives. Again, art is an imitation of life. Pre-Islam, their carvings are based on whatever they see around them. But came the Islam religion in their country, they then adapted and created Arabian-inspired inscriptions, while in their architecture, ornaments in the form of lotus, tulips, and other flowers are more common. Turkmenistan. The traditional art of Turkmen people include felt manufacture, jewelry making, woodwork, ceramics, and silverworks. But the most prominent art of these Turkmens is their carpet weaving. It is because of the way they create their carpet and the design they put into creating one. Their carpet weaving is a tradition of their country where women weave it from wool, cotton, and silk using horizontal looms. They have modernized their way of producing their carpet, but their tradition remains and there are still others who create it from their traditional ways. Keteni is a homespun silk that is used for the beautiful dresses worn by Turkmen women on special occasions. Their patterns are unique from one family to another, like the scene of Laos, if you still remember that. Kyrgyzstan. The Kyrgyz women is known for creating wide range of textiles that is from the felt they get from their sheep. Their ancient patterns are still used until today for tourists and export market. The shirdaks are handmade carpets and rugs they use in their homes and is a living tradition of the yurts. Here are examples of their carpets. Tushkis are embroidered and elaborate wall hangings that is created by Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan elder women to commemorate marriage of their sons and daughters. The designs they use are traditional, focusing on flowers, plants, animals, stylized horns, national designs, and emblems of Kyrgyz that are often ornate and colorful. Also, flat cushions are created in shadow pairs and is mostly seen on every chair as padding for their seats. Now, let us go to the arts and crafts of West Asia. West Asia is dominated by the Islamic culture and it will be distinct in their art. The term Islamic arts is applied in a very diverse art form from their architecture to their homes, their clothing, and the things they use in everyday life. This is prominent in most of these West Asian countries, showing similarities in terms of their content and visual characteristics. West Asia is rich in cultural heritage. This is evident in the variety and quality of regional arts and crafts. These are their typical artistic forms from their region: embroidery, ceramics, wood carvings, hammered metalwork, calligraphy, inlaid wood designs, blown glassworks. And here are some of the examples. Embroidery, ceramics, wood carvings, metalworks, calligraphy, inlaid wood designs, and glassworks. Also, Syria and Lebanon is known for their handmade soaps in addition to this artwork that are from the West Asian countries. Wrapping up, art plays a significant role in the daily life and activities of Central and West Asia. Unique lines, forms, shapes, colors, motifs, and designs are manifested in the art of these regions. The art of Central and West Asia reflects the dominant attitudes toward important aspects of life of the period, which produced them as a mirror of cultural history. And we can better understand and appreciate a work of beauty and vitality by understanding its place in historical continuity. For your activity, you will be creating Islamic mosaic arts, and this will be discussed by your teachers, while the link for the quiz will be uploaded by your teachers in your FB groups. This is part 1 for art education for the third grading. The next links will be given in your FB group for the next lessons. Thank you, and I hope you've learned something from watching this video. Stay safe, everyone!